Welcome to the Out There channel live stream 456 or 56. As the Aussies say it. People can't tell the difference between a Kiwi and an Aussie.
I'm loving, I'm finding love, I'm hiding, I'm searching, I'm loving, I'm finding love.
We're going down to the dark, people.
I'm searching,
Down to the basement. I'm going to search for those aliens. So they're everywhere, according to YouTube channels. Because they're chasing the money. They're all hypocrites. And we'll just go over it. And back at the desktop. And let's see who's out there. Anyone out there? Okay. I see there's a couple of people on my Discord that's hanging out with some of the fraud channels. So we have to sort of deal with that. And we can't have people that are Tyler fans on our Discord group. It's just not on. Can't have fans of frauds. Welcome to the OT channel. Live-456. That's a nice number. Offworld craft videos alleged. We've probably got a few to go over. Let's get rid of that echo. And go. Damn thing. It wasn't going to go. CPU, what's it doing? Okay, it's equalizing out now. Okay, so yeah, what's happened here? Is it got bigger or smaller? I don't know, it's just a strange name. So we got a new subscriber on YouTube, and suddenly we go up from 2501 to 2504. You can't tell me their system's not broke. Lit are blindin'. Never heard of a name Lit before, but there you go. Justin, here's this one. Try to promote that crap. Debris in the sky. Kevin Ridges, that's also come up. That wasn't there before, so it must have been 2 subs. That's the crazy thing with Google. I've almost made 1500 on BC now. And the good news is I've managed to contact support again on Subscribestar, and they finally decided that the 5 active subscribers is not needed to withdraw the cash, which it shouldn't be. And now I've requested it out, but there's a catch. It actually works out worse of a fee with the banks involved of transferring it. of more than 30%, which is like the same as Google, and they want 35%, $35 of the 110. But that allows me to probably go for another 8 months. So it looks like I can keep on going past Christmas now, if it arrives in the bank account, of course. So it's got to pay me back some of my money, because I can't keep paying it out of my own pocket, which I'm currently doing out of my own credit cards. So I've got to pay that back, and loaded up debt of almost $5,000 in New Zealand, which when you're unemployed, that can take quite a long time to pay off. So yeah, I'm in dire craps with the money side of things at the moment. But yeah, I did get some luck and win some money at one stage before Christmas. Even that was a hassle to get that money that was owed to me, as some of you know. But in the end, I managed to replace some dying hard drives in my media box, which isn't cheap, cost about $2,000. And I spent the $3,000 on a new bed, which was much needed, and it has improved my life quite a bit. But other bills come along since, and since that money paid off the credit card, then I had to buy stuff back onto the credit card, so I'm still loaded up now with the $5,000 on the credit card again. So yeah, because credit card makes it easier to pay in the shops, doesn't it? And you don't get the interest if you pay it within 30 days, but that doesn't sort of happen with me. But my parents always pay off their one, so they don't get whopped with the bank interest. But banks are the criminals in the world. I actually wonder what they do with all their profits that they make. I suppose it doesn't really matter what they do with it, but you can bet they're going to have fun before they die, unlike the rest of us who struggle with sleeves. The sleeve race. So yeah, what other news is there to finish off here? Looks like it's not too many people on at the moment, or if it is, because we don't trust this Google stats at all, do we? In fact, have they sent out the email yet? Probably have. What the hell? I don't want that. Oh yeah, I got notifications, so everyone else should have. But it is Thursday here, so it's midweek. 2 PM here. So that makes it maybe just evening in America. There should be some people around. But yeah, we'll see if they pop around. So what's first up? GUFON. No, we'll leave them to last. Hey, Nocturnal news. So, what does he put out? Some garbage. I'm going to go over. He did this take a walk with me rant video where he was trashing GUFON. Oh, basically any UFO channel really, claiming that we all lie or all hypocrites. Apparently, I'm a hypocrite. So yeah, I'm not too sure where I would fit into that sort of category that he's generalising. If I make a mistake, I will correct it in the next video, or if more information comes in and I can change my opinion on a solution, like whether it was a reflection or fireworks happening event. I got an eyeball that's going pop, pop, pop all the time. It's got an air bubble in it. I don't know if you can hear it. That's terrible. It's less now. Not sure if you could hear that or not, but it's pretty loud in my head. It still won't shut up. It's terrible. I'll put you off. We know they're hypocrites because even Nocturnal News works with his cousin called Tyler Klockner, promoting Secure Team, and he got Secure Team to promote him back. It's the only reason why he suddenly jumped up to 5,000 subs. But obviously they weren't too keen on him, were they? The few that joined from Tyler, because his view count was back down to normal range, 100 to 200 range typically. But yeah, he keeps going on GUFON working with Third Phase, but he's working with Tyler, so you can't call the kettle black if you're doing that sort of stuff. Me, I work alone. If someone wants to do a shout out, and normally they do it on their own reasoning, or if they use something of mine in their video, which they should include a link to the original full video anyway. A lot of them don't do it properly anyway. They don't want to give you all the credit for all the research and putting together. Social Blade was one of them. He took all my information but hardly plugged me at all, and of course no one come over, and he got something like 600,000 views on that video. That's what I need to get on my videos so people can wake up to the frauds in ufology. It's not going to bring disclosure. Hey, Robin Hood. Seems to ring a bell, Robin Hood. I mean that you may have been here before. Hey, thanks for bringing this live. I'm trying to catch up on the stream. Just came on board a moment ago. Cool. You're welcome here. We really want to teach people. Also to keep their minds open and to be using the scientific process. So if you can see repeatable things then from a solution, then that's more likely going to be the way we head for an answer, right? Also pattern matching. I do a lot of pattern matching, so I'll zoom in an image and overlay what I think it is and see how well it matches up. If the video is good enough. As you know, a lot of videos in ufology are blurfos. Blurry, dark, horrible, and mucked around with, of course, which we'll be going over right now, actually, one of them. And my throat's playing up on me now. Of course, it's now summer here, and pollen is everywhere. But yeah, there's a lot of hypocrites in ufology, a lot of drama, and it's not getting any better, unfortunately. But if I could get more and more people to join me, perhaps we can change that. But yeah, so let's start off with one of these videos here and get into the groove, because we've got a lot to go over probably. I've been sick the last few days. Okay, so better watch out the volume levels. I'll put it down to half here to start with. Let's have a look. It's right over there. Testing 1, 2, 3. Rebit in the background. Okay. Okay, so what are we meant to be looking at this picture here? Would you say that's a typical UFO video? I would say so. So it's meant to be looking at a storm. But what are we actually looking at here in silhouette everywhere? You can see how well it's been cropped. This is a typical thing they do in ufology. They crop it enough so it doesn't give you any clues away. Instead of panning up and down, left and right, and doing a circle of your location, and also providing a daytime photograph of the same position that you're looking at, or showing a diagram of where you're standing on a map and what angle you're looking up in the sky. All that sort of information that normally would MUFON investigator would do. He would go there and get them to say where were they standing and do all those sort of calculations, right? So to me, I looked at this and thought, I've got a triangle bit here. I've got a blobby bit here that kind of looks like a human standing there. But I'm not sure. It could be a tree. Or it could be a cloud because it's been mucked around with and filtering. And then here we got a thing that looks like a dog's head. But again, it could be just a load of trees. Going this way. So is that a man and a dog? You see what I mean? You can see pareidolia in anything. So really we need to go back to where he hasn't zoomed in so much. So let's see, then it darkens it suddenly. So that just goes dark. Where's the brightest? There. Okay, does that give us a better idea what we're looking at? Still could be a man and his dog, couldn't it? Looking at a storm. That looks like it could be a building here, a building top. That kind of looks like it could be as part of a building sticking out here. Looks like a building. That kind of looks like it could be one of those triangle bits on top of a building as well. Here could be a cloud or a tree, and the rest of it is obviously a storm cloud. So that's what I'm seeing, and when he zooms in and does some more enhancements, you can see here kind of looks like another top of a building, right? So let's just keep on playing it. There you go, there's the UFO, it's a cube. What a load of bollocks. What a load of bollocks. This video was Nocturnal News, and 400 watched it and 67 liked it. This probably got to be one of the worst videos I've seen on his channel. The space ice was at least a wee bit more challenging than this one. So what do you think on that one there for a UFO channel to put that garbage up there, Robin? Skin through your video list. Most definitely agree with you on your assessment of GUFON. Yeah, we've got some more to go over of this today. Because I just don't like people like him misleading people, They come across like they know what they're talking about, and then they sort of at the end say, I don't know, That's not really a scientific process of breakdown, is it? They don't do any real-time analysis like I do. So here, for instance, I could go back and see if I can brighten it. But there's a quick way in doing it. We've got this little add-on that allows us now to modify HTML player output on the fly to some degree. It's really basic. We can change the brightness, and that sort of changes it instantly there, doesn't it? Still could be someone standing here. Contrast. We'll probably pan back out a wee bit. Invert it. Okay, we start to see little black bits in here now. Okay, and we got that one there. It makes it from colour to orange. For some reason, what was it called? Superia. No, that's not how you say it. Sepia. I thought it had an R in it, but no. So it must be a colour filter. I suppose it does bring out some enhancements there that we can see layers here. So to me it looks like a building block in the background here. And that looks like part of a triangle bit on a building. And I guess the rest of it's going to be either cloud and covering the buildings, low fog, or trees. So now we can skim through that using that filter. You can see here, it looks like it's part of a cloud. It's broken away now. Doesn't look like a man's head now. And it doesn't look like a dog's ear and face now. And that looks less like a man and a dog now, you see. But that definitely looks like a square building off in the distance here, and some crazy shape pointed building top. Now I did a Google search. This he said it was in a location in America. Whereabouts does it say? Recorded in Vinland, New Jersey. So let's have a look at New Jersey on the map and see if we can see any type of buildings like that. Wayne Yard, was it? New Jersey. New South Wales. Vineyard Road. Is that the place he said? Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look again. Just double check. Vinland. Okay, that changes it. Vinland, not yet. Yeah. Let's see how different it is. That's probably the road connecting to it. Vinland. Here we go. Let's see how far it goes away. It's a bit hard to tell because it changed so much. Okay, it's right near a body of water, which I thought it would be. When you get body of water, you get a lot of cloud, low mist coming through the harbour and covering the buildings, right? So which direction were they looking? And it's right near the coast as well, where you get low sea fog coming in. So it's in a perfect area to get a lot of cloud. So what's the satellite picture say? Okay, let's go down, see if there's any good high rises. Looks like there might be a few around. Let's land. What's all this down here? So we probably need to go street view, see how big the buildings are. Okay, there's a good location there. How about over this way? So there's quite a few areas to look, really. So the person could be anywhere in that location there. And there's some pictures. I saw a picture of the skyline. Where was it now? Palace of Depression. That sounds like what they might be seeing, eh? If it's like a Middle East palace, they normally have a little spiky thing on top. Where is it then? I zoomed down, it's now disappeared. It's pretty well spread there. I don't want to spend too much more time on this one. Farms. Truck shop. Let's just jump down, have a quick look on the road. See what we can see. How come it didn't work? Intersection. Oh. Damn stupid thing. No, it won't go down there for some reason. Eh? Let's get down to street level. There we go. Okay. So it was mostly farmland there, but they have got these big buildings with the triangle bit on top, and they've got lots of trees. So again, we could be misled here. They could just be aiming at the sky somewhere around here, filming these trees and the pointy rooftops. But is there any square buildings around? Anywhere that looks kind of square. Let's head off that way. That's why you need a daytime picture. Probably easier to do a quick Google search, right? If we had a street address where it was taken from, that would help us out a lot. Because you don't get that information on UFO channels. They just don't provide you date, time, direction, looking. So let's just pop out to the map again. There's a boat. A UFO. Yeah, you never know what you're going to find when you're looking on the map. Look at that. So obviously it's near the sea. Let's just pop out of there. Let's go along over here maybe. Are we getting bigger buildings? There's certainly a lot of trees. And there's certainly a lot of clouds. And there's a lot of these pointy rooftops. Yeah. Be good if we get some square buildings. So here's one that's got a square top on it. So it could be filming from a roof over here, aiming at the sky over here, big tree. That's all possibilities here, isn't there? Let's just keep on going. Big warehouse building. So I would never put up a video on my channel like that unless it's used to do a live debunk with, just to show people how you can confirm what it is. If you ain't got too much information to go with, which we haven't. We have a lot more. You can see it's getting more open now. I'll just catch up on the side comments in a minute. I can't sort of do too much. So where else could there be? Palace of Depression. What's this here? Does it give us a picture? I wouldn't say it was depressing. So yeah, not certainly saying a lot worse than that. Okay, what else we got around here? Might have pictures of. See, right near this water would be the best place, where the fog comes rolling in. South, what's north? What's that there? Whoa, a lot of farmland. There must be high rises, surely. This is the airport. That's more likely to be a place where you get high rises. Let's have a look down this way. Didn't go to the right place, but just want to see what it looks, the skyline looks like in the distance. I can't see any high rises. Doesn't mean there's not one around here though. So forgetting about that, let's just put it in. Line, land, high rise. Kidston Towers, what's that? So there are some high rises. And look, some triangle bits again. I wish we had more of a zoom out. Is that in New Jersey though? City of Vinland. What's that? New Jersey. Yeah, there you go. It is. So they got high rises. So it depends where they are, I guess. Former hospital. Well, hospital's going to be a high rise, isn't it? There we go. Okay. Let's see if we've got some images around. Okay. That's the two we just looked at, isn't it? That's all we're going to get, I suppose. Okay. Now here's one. And there's a strange looking building here. I'm not sure if it's being bent by the lens. It looks like it might be. No, there's no one. There's certainly a big square top on it. Aha! Proposal. So that would be perfect for low cloud, that would. Now here's one with a triangle top. Is it in New Jersey? Vinland? Doesn't say. That's what I asked for though. Hey, here's another one. Vinland Woman's Chapel. So certainly a lot of possibilities here. low cloud near the sea. And so that sort of brings me, we won't waste too much time on it, brings us to this one here. If I zoom in on this stormy picture here, guess what you can see? Very similar to what we're seeing. There's a triangle top building here. You got some square high rises being consumed by low fog cloud in a main city with a storm cloud behind it. That's what I think we're looking at, something like that. And of course you can find lots of pictures like that where people are taking pictures of storms coming in over the city. And you can see how these clouds could consume if they got low enough down. Especially some of the high rises poking through the clouds. That one there, poking through the storm from the other direction, could easily make that photograph. So it's not a cube UFO in the sky at all. It's just an optical illusion. Another one where you're on a high rise looking down a valley there, which would have some fog coming. Again, you could easily create a square building poking through the top of a cloud. And look at this one here. That's in UK. Yeah, you see the top of the buildings. Poking, the rest of the street level's gone. That's kind of eerie, isn't it? But you get that in UK. So there's any other pictures here? That was just a quick search I did the other day. Look how scary that cloud system looks. That one hasn't come down low enough. Okay, there's probably going to be a perfect picture out there somewhere with that location. And there's another horrible looking cloud system coming in. Rainbow over the city. From a plane, maybe. Looking down. Again, you can look through tons and tons of video and photographs for comparison. Look how tall that building is there. So that would be perfect for a low, loud cloud coming in. There's a triangle building. Brisbane, that one. And there's another high rise here. So I'm going to call that one busted or hoax. Someone knew what they were filming and sent it in or posted it up on Facebook, and other people didn't grab it, or some people grab it and then relabel it, of course. I'm going to say it's a hoax. That one. There's one that's where the city's in low cloud again. So yeah, there's going to be a few pictures out there eventually, and I'm not going to spend all the time going through it. So garbage on that one. Do you agree? Down the sides. I suppose we've only got a few people on. Oh, still one person. Let's see. Oh, yeah, really talkative. I work with a very large community of alternative history megalith researchers on Twitter and YouTube. Many of my research associates are some of the most well known on the planet. There needs to be a standard process that the average person can screen videos. MUFON does that though, picks through for any digital modification. Yeah, but there's a way to get around that, of course. That's not perfect. You're saying you need a human brain, really, and a brain that does it day in, day out, which is basically like me. Amazing how the rectangles are from high-rise buildings, from other high-rise buildings vantage points. Most people don't take any time to investigate. Yep. The rubber duck video was just uploaded about an hour ago. It is from DHS AZ or NM. There are rubber duck balloons. So yeah, Nocturnal news. This is just terrible. And adding this stupid music. So you can see that's a building, right? In fact, if you look at the perspective angle, you can see it actually does look like it's got a side of a building happening here, where it's sort of looking like it's getting skinnier as you're looking up. Okay, it looks like a building top here too, doesn't it, now? That's using my filters, of course. So it looks like a square building with a triangle peak going up. And then lots of trees, so that could be someone's house. Like I said, it could be a high-rise in the distance. It also could be one of those big warehouses they had that we saw. And that could be the river. I see the reflection coming off here. So it could be trees either side of a stream. And we've got a big storm that's over top. And looks like we've got some building edges. So busted on that one. And really, that's just disappointed that 67 liked it. If they're from the UFO field, right? So let's have a look what they're saying. Well, it's not the Borg. That's for real. Yeah, that's not a normal shape to see in the sky. Great stuff, bud. Just shows how the levels of intelligence is out there, right? Thank you, sir. See this sort of thing near the sun. Yeah, those square blocks is missing data, mate. Because it does it in squares. Impressive, mate. Hi, Tracy. Which is a guy, not a female, by the way. Much love, bro. Shelley Morrison, who used to be on my channel until she made a nuisance of herself. Nocturnal, when you say dark three-dimensional cube filmed in lightning, well, yeah, that's exactly what it is, bro. Nice live session yesterday. Nocturnal news, the sharp edges are odd, it makes person wonder. Yeah, does it make you think it's a building cloud? Low cloud? Wow, what the F? That's wild, man. I'll just take a puff of my weed. Okay. Yeah, what's getting ready to come? So there's comments showing level of sadness in ufology, as far as I'm concerned. These people need some education, to critical think, to investigate themselves. What the heck is that, man? What? Someone might be sensible here. I'm sorry, bro, but this one was kind of stretching a bit. No need to apologize. Did you see the UFO that passed by the Palmer volcano? That was a drone, wasn't it? We'll probably get to that. I have the video saved. Is this where the cool people hang? Is it? So yeah. So that's all I wanted to do with Nocturnal news. That's this garbage. And GUFON. Here we go. Maybe I need to skim this one completely, actually. But like I said, that last video, we didn't go over it in great detail, but we went over it in some research, and it took us 40 minutes just to do that, you know. Have they processed it yet? Because it was glitching, hanging up all the time. Let's try reloading it again. I don't think it's processed, because when it's processed, it comes up with side chat. So that means it's going to glitch and carry on, and not actually play. Okay.
A matter of seconds, and out the other side. We've seen this on third phase of moon, but not like this.
Exiting on the other side.
Actually, is that where I started it from? Let me just reload it again. Yeah. Yeah, so I want to talk about that one. And the volcano ones before, I think. Let me just skim it. Yeah, I think it's going to be glitchy. I suppose we can wait for it. It's terrible, isn't it? It might not play. Which makes it harder to analyze. Of course, the thumbs are not very accurate. I've got to get it playing. play. That's why I better talk about it. But I did actually do a screen capture on Twitter, so I could probably play my little clip on this one. We can go to the backup plan, I think. I was trying to find the one where he had a row of dots blinking. Was that the front? And I think it was just a kite. Kite with LED lights on it blinking all over the place. He couldn't see that. I thought it was at the beginning here. But it's probably not going to play that either. Pretty sure it was in this video.
Was within our Earth
right. We've got something going. No.
itself. In reality, we've only drilled down 8 miles before the equipment fails because of the massive amount of heat it creates deep below.
So once you get down to 8 miles, as the Russians were trying to drill the longest hole ever, they broke into a chamber that was 2,000 degrees Celsius, I think it was. So yeah, can we live 8 miles down? No, probably not. So that sort of makes you wonder if it's a hollow earth, right? Hollow earth theory, 8 miles down. Doesn't sound that far down, really. It's that hot. There's going to be no life living in that sort of temperature. they'd simply just get cooked. So yeah, it's another nail on the head for Hollow Earth, but they're trying to push Hollow Earth theory here. Unless the Earth core is in very strange layers, I can't see it possibly working myself. But apparently they're meant to found pockets of water underground, which kind of makes sense if you think about it. If we had lots of asteroid impacts made of iron, which is our molten core, and fragments of ice around the outside of it, and comets, of course. Comets are more icy and less solid. Over time, that water may get locked under the ground in these underground oceans. There could be life. We know that some creatures can live up to, boiling water, that you cook things in. And also really, really freezing water. But because of the pressure off the ground above, it sort of heats up the mass of atoms into a liquid. So could our oceans actually come from the middle of the Earth? Very possible. And it could even be recycled, right? So it could be sucked back down and then it comes back out elsewhere. So there's a lot still to learn about the planet, especially the seas, since we've only explored 5% of it, and 95 needs to be explored still. So we don't even know if there's any aliens living under our noses. And the most likely place would be in the oceans rather than in a hollow earth concept. So there's been a lot of debate about Edmund Broad's lost diary, whether it was a fake and all that sort of business, and it sounds like it is. We have gone over it in the past, but obviously they're playing a clip here of a new documentary that Third Phase is putting together.
The surface. The mere fact that the core of Earth is over 4,000 miles deep and we've only scratched the surface at 6 miles leaves a big question of what's really going on.
Wait. If the core's at 4 miles, how did they get to 6 miles? Did he say it wrong?
No, you just listened wrong. Yeah, let's just keep on moving if we can. Where is everybody today? We normally have more people on. Sorry, chatted up a storm. Have a stream to jump on. Okay, so we've lost our only watcher. Yep, okay. And we're only just getting into the good stuff.
4,000 miles.
I thought Linda Moulton Howe was in
Could
here.
it be that we're wrong about the composition of the Earth itself?
Oh, it's flat. No, it's oblate.
We here at Third Phase Moon have done some investigation in regards to ancient mythology and theories in regards to a world within a world.
Not buying it.
Now, how would that work with gravity, though? You got to sort of apply it to science. So gravity is the greater attraction of a bigger mass of atoms. Well, all atoms attract each other. So if you had a hollow Earth, do the people stand on the outside like a centrifugal force, or do they stand up on the other side, on islands in the middle? You see what I mean? I think there's also some science about how much gravity has to be per mass, right? So you could calculate it out per planet. And if the Earth was hollow, I think that the G-force of Earth would be way different. So I think there was some calculations done. But again, that would need some research if we're going to cover hollow Earth again. So these people just put up all this garbage. It sounds good for sci-fi, and have some problems playing it. Because Google hasn't processed it. Yeah, so it must be further along with the dots in the sky. I want to look at that one first. Could be there. Let's see if it would play for us. Slowing us right down. It's probably only on 480p, but 360p, so could be the dots there. Come on, give it to us, Google. Makes us so angry that we got such a crap system. What happens is when you stream to Google, streams it in a TS file. So it has glitches and all sorts of things, and then it wants to reprocess it to a WebM, which is another streamable format without the errors, and then it also creates an MP4 version, which is more compressed. Where some platforms can't play all WebM at the moment. Okay, is this the right place? And at the moment, it hasn't processed the MP4s.
Got a douche.
There we go.
Stupid. I can't
This is
think
what
that
I want to
quick.
look at first.
That's talent.
I think this
Somebody
is
can
LED
make that part
Kite,
that quick.
and we got no reference points.
Look at this sighting. I mean, are we talking a real sighting here or what? Did you see the way the object just like, bloop, it looked like somebody took their mouse and went, bloop, bloop. That's all they did. You think this is real?
I think this is a black kite here with a long tail kite, and the LEDs are just flipping around here. So let's just grab something here and run it through some filters. Well, actually, you probably could use the online filter, but okay, we'll do it the old-fashioned way because we can do a lot more. Okay, just do it this way. There we go. Okay, need to open up the folder for it. Paint.net. Let's do it this way, we get better results. Okay, so there's the dots in the sky. Resize. They haven't run any filters on it, so let's do that now and see if we can see any shapes. Damn thing. CPU peaked. Let's try that again. Hey. Brightness. And there's the dots. Okay, so we want to see if there's any variation in the blacks. This is where we start to see shapes of the object. And we can see there's only a narrow band of color changes here. And will we better see a kite structure? I don't know. It's not looking so good. Okay, so you can see the quality of the pixels now. Looks like there's something curving up there. So the lights would normally reflect off something, so we could see some sort of tail maybe. Obviously there's a lot of colour variations going on here. And the blacks. So, is there a kite? There's something coming down here. If it was a triangle kite with a tail with LEDs on it. It's all over the place. So you wouldn't have thought there was that many variations in the blacks there, but there is. What else can we try? Luminosity. Yeah, it's getting rid of the color bands. Just seem to have some whiteness connecting the dots here. Perhaps I need to take another snap. Okay, we've got some whiteness. Okay, it's a bit too hard to see anything. Okay, let's carry on.
There's some like major ship out there.
Sounds very windy there. See the wind? You can hear the wind. And that would explain why the tail's moving.
Do you think this is real? Good night, Randall. It's nice to see everybody's going because I sang. Because I sang?
Okay. Yeah, I just had to post
Of
this
course
on
it's
people
boring.
to ask them.
The whole UFO community is bored.
So, I'm not too sure if it's a kite now. It could be CGI.
This is what happened last year at this time. It's ufology.
Ufology is boring. Especially these stupid videos. And now it's going to not play. Gone back too far. I just wanted to get the start of the video.
I don't know what
My camera's gone. Dude.
Of course, it could be individual kites. It's windy enough there. And they're flying at different locations. So let's just keep watching.
I got a telescope in hand, and I'm all alone again.
Oh, please shut up.
Hello, every light. You're not a dog.
Yeah, let's get rid of that. Okay, could it be 4 kites here? Yeah, because you can do that with kites. Seemed to go too quick then, didn't it? Could read drones, of course. Synchronized. That would explain it. Or was it trying to represent though? If that's the case. Normally they form some sort of pattern, like a star sign. That doesn't even look like the Great Dipper, does it? I suppose it could be though. Let's see, it goes that way. See, again, we got no panning out, no panning up and down, no daytime location, so it makes it highly red flaggy. Big Dipper. Is it? I suppose it could be. But it's upside down if it is. A spoon. Foil. Okay. That way. Maybe it depends what hemisphere you're in. Maybe it's upside down for some people. Well, there's 3 plus 4. Yeah, it could be drones trying to represent the Big Dipper. Where can you see the Big Dipper from, though? Big Dipper. Can you see it from Northern Hemisphere, USA? I don't think you can you? Oh, yes, you can. USA, Canada, or Plough, UK. Let's have a look. So, yeah, a lot of places would know about it then. I think it's meant to be drones representing the Big Dipper now then. See, that's on a different angle. That one's upside down. So it depends whereabouts you are. Okay. Anyway, we're going to get onto this other one. This one here. Was that the one with the UFO? Drone? I don't think it was it? I think it was on another video. I'll just get the sun one. I just want to get the sun one up. But it's not going to work. So what I'll do is I'll go to my Twitter account. And I've got a clip of it. As a backup. Okay. Oh, that one's got about the thing. Okay, here we go. Alright, so let's just play it.
Hello. Let's see if it comes out here.
Oops, a bit loud.
Well, close. I may have been off. The sun looks like a jello mold when it comes out the other side. We've seen these objects before. This is unbelievable. Those are the size of the Earth. You understand the size now?
So that's all wrong information there. What we're seeing looks like a couple of jetliners flying, or a couple of jets anyway, flying next to each other. How do we know it's not entering the sun? Well, here, when they first enter, 2 jets.
When it comes out the other
Yeah, so if that was as big as the Earth entering the Sun, that would cause a splash, and you would get a peak coming out this way as they're entering.
side, we've seen these objects before.
So that's not entering the Sun at all. And if that was the case, if they opened up a hole to enter into the Sun, then you could say that's true. But then why do they make a big splash coming out the
This
other
is
end?
unbelievable. Those are the size.
So why would it make a splash coming out there if it made a hole like a tube, a particular tube through the Sun, so it just passes through and sets off, I don't know, so-called magnetic energy or something for its they're claiming. Well, what you're seeing are just 2 fighter jets, 2 passenger jets maybe, 2
of the
air
Earth.
jets through filters. So what you're seeing is the contrails, the plane with the short contrails.
The Sun looks like
So these are the white tic-tac planes coming in front of the Sun here through filtering. So we're not seeing much of a contrail, but we are seeing something happening there
a Jello mold.
where it's reflecting the Sun off them.
When it comes out the other side, we've seen these objects before. This is unbelievable.
So what happens here? Well, obviously we're seeing some contrail, which is being illuminated by the Sun. It's like an artifact. It creates like a bleeding effect.
Those are the size of the Earth.
That's why it's not happening. Now we can actually prove that the jets versus comets or meteorites crashing through, because we actually have managed to capture some on the Soho and what's that one called? Stereo cameras out in space here. So if you Google asteroid or comet, could be comet. So the difference between an asteroid and a comet, we found out was asteroid is more hard and a comet's more made of chunky bits stuck together with lots of ice, where asteroid tends to be more like an iron core, and a meteorite is a smaller chunk of space rock like an asteroid. And when it crashes to the ground and the Earth, it's called then a meteorite, because now it's hit the ground and it's passed through the atmosphere. The other names for it is meteoroid. So they're all like different sizes and classifications. Now he said something wrong there. He's saying that asteroids and comets are is what a meteor is. I don't think he said meteoroid. And when it hits the ground or comes in the atmosphere, it's called a meteorite. Now, if a meteorite skims the Earth's surface and creates a big, it burns up, it's called a bolide. So it's called bolide, I think is how you say it. I think that's how you spell it too. Bolide is a meteor that is brighter than a planet Venus, a fireball. Okay, bolide. Have I spelled it wrong too many hours? Bolide. It's quite a strange name. Usually accompanied by a sonic boom. So yeah, and a meteorite is when it actually comes and makes landfall. And that's when people get fragments, right? Meteorite is a solid piece of debris from an object such as a comet, asteroid, or meteoroid. that originates in outer space. So they wouldn't say all those were the same if they listed them separately, right? So that's another correction I'm making there of GUFON. He doesn't know what he's talking about. You should look it up if he's not sure. So yeah, want to see if we've got an asteroid or comet video crashing into the sun. And this is how we can compare things, you see, and know if it's something close to the sun, entering the sun. And of course it helps if you've got stereo cameras, right? What happened if a massive comet crashed into the sun? Well, it's happened before. And we might be able to get some images. It's crashing into Earth. The emanations. Here's one where you can see where it's a comet. It's vaporizing it, you know, it's liquefying the surface and it's ejecting water vapor into space. And it's heading towards the sun, which is in the middle here. The rest of this, I mean, it's in this circle here. That's the core of the sun. And that's the outer edge of the sun, and that's the corona on the surface. So they're only filming the outside. They're only interested in the ejections, you know, coming towards Earth. They've got other cameras that film the rest of it, like that here. So they've got various cameras that do different filters and things. So you see this asteroid eventually will plunge into the sun. And now, wherever they're still got up on their YouTube channels, I mean their news channels, still remains to be found. I have got various versions of it on my own live shows, which I probably could find again. Might be on here. Let's have a look. I'll just zoom back out a bit. That's very small. Is that the one? Now what's this popping up? Does that one play? No. Oh, here's a meteorite coming in here. And it creates a big splash outwards. And you see it eventually gets to there and causes a splash outwards, but it never actually penetrates. It gets absorbed by the sun. Is this the video or was that a demonstration? Let's see, here we go. Here it comes. Bush! That wasn't the best one though. That's one of them. We capture it over every year, I think. Okay, so at least it's something, but it certainly didn't pass through. Let's have a look at that one. Newfound comet drive through the sun. And these comets are massive, as big as the Earth. So if they smashed into Earth, we'd be history. So you got all that stuff that's flying out there, and we could be killed while we sleep. So I don't think that was a video before, was it? It's just a still image again. Yeah. Damn it! None of them have got the full image. was something like that one there. Solar storms. I'll see if I can find it on mine. That's on one of my early episodes, talking about crude oil. Now they keep talking about crude oil being made by fossils, and others are saying it's made by the pressures of grinding rock under the mantle, and it eventually liquefies and comes up to the surface. And there may be some microbes to produce it, but also microbes can actually produce crude oil as well. So I think there's some confusion here. I think the Earth makes it, but whether we consume it faster than the Earth makes it is a thing to be found out. But on here,
which in turn could...
I would need to find the video. I think it's on this one. It could be here. That one's still got the disc, but it's a different angle, I think.
That brings another question, is why we haven't heard about these planet-sized asteroids entering the solar system and plowing into the sun. Because maybe they didn't know it happened until after the fact.
Through, does it?
So that means...
So that was a planet-sized one hitting the sun. You saw how much that streamer come out off the side of the sun there, compared to the other video. You saw it burst right out into space here. You're talking about thousands and thousands of kilometers. And not just leaving a few little dribs behind, just going out that way. Yeah, okay, this is on that one, but we wanted one without the disc. I'm not sure if there is exactly one out there or not, but it doesn't matter. I'm saying they're wrong. It's actually just planes passing in front of the sun, and they haven't proven it using the smartphone apps here. They haven't said, oh, here's the smartphone image at the time that's passing through in synchronization. Or giving us a date and time or anything like that to be able to look that up ourselves. Although that costs money.
You understand the size now?
So we just saw an Earth-sized comet hit, created a big explosion out the back, and then eventually it caused a explosion out here, which went way out into space. So you got to remember, this guy's filming through the atmosphere here, not in outer space like they're doing. And of course, he got this footage from UFO Man, which we've exposed as a fraud in ufology many times.
Capiche me? They're bigger than the moon. You understand? It's bigger than
This
the moon.
footage appears to be a UFO traveling at high speeds through the sun. Because it takes a matter of seconds for it to come out the other side.
It would take a
Make
week.
an assessment.
Hey,
Let me know what you
How's it
think. It is yet undetermined whether this is a UFO or a...
Oh, come on. How can it not be? How can that not be a UFO? Nobody can tell me what this is. Nobody.
But for me, obviously.
It's a shortcut through the sun, Abe. It is. The sun...
It's a plane passing in front of the sun. With a contrail, of course. Plane passing in front of the sun. Stop footage. Well, I can't play that then. Plane passing in front of the moon. I'll pass it in front of the sun stock image. Okay, so that's the problem. We've got to be careful of copyright. Now let's go to images first. So these are very similar filters that some ground-based people are using. Normally Weldon goggles. And these planes are a lot closer because so you want one that's done by a proper UFO expert that makes it nice and blurry for you. And it doesn't get nice crisp shots like this. Or use the phone apps to verify there's nothing passed in front of their field of view. Whether we can get one that's actually just like their video would be really good. But all these are a lot better quality. If you have a look at that, you can see how blurry, atmospheric-y it is, and a lot further away from the camera. Optically zoomed, these ones are done better. These are probably P1000s, probably, with the right filters added. Damn, throat keeps going on. Okay, so here you can start to see the contrails, right? But if they can make it out of focus, they could get the same effect. There's a plane that's even closer to the camera because it almost goes right across the sun here. So that'll be some blurry photographs. Here we go. Plane slightly out of focus, but it's coming towards us. Contrail slowly expanding. Yeah, it just takes a really crappy out of focus type image, and then we're in business. Moon. Camera the Desert Man, he would normally do something like this. He would film a plane going across and duplicate the same effect, probably. He might have something up there. And it's probably not searchable by Google, because you know they suppress channels like that. So yeah, not much we can do because there's no really good examples here. During landing. All those are too good quality. You can just tell by how crisp it is. We need a blurry one. Blur. These are all too good. Too good quality. You can't make a good UFO video with a high quality and focus image, can we? And no, I think we're going to have to give up, try and look for something. But maybe someone out there's got the gear, because I haven't got it, to be able to replicate it. And then do a side by side and debunk it that way. But anyway, that's just garbage. So what else come out that day? There was quite a bit. What's that one? Oh, Seven's Sister, yeah. Okay, we'll get to those ones. Yep, we'll get to those. So, Scott Brando put out a few that I've reshared. You've seen this one where the drones fall out the sky. So there was actually a drone thing to make Chinese letters up because it's Chinese festive season at the moment. So what is it, New Year or something? Apparently all these drones lost control and started falling out the sky. And there's a video of it here. You see some coming down. I think they'll probably cause a bit of injury, hit you on the head, probably kill you. Oh, here they come. There's one. Is it? That one sort of slowed down a bit though. Anyway, so it was some sort of drone event that was eventually worked. Somehow their signals got blocked, so maybe someone had to play with it, because you can actually block radio communication quite easily, especially around all these high rises. You never know what someone's got. Let's have some fun. What's this one? Some kind of UFO. Nope, typical sky cannon. Let's have a quick look. What are we meant to be looking at? Stop playing this silly thing. Sky lantern. Lighting up a cloud, is it? Can't see any UFO. Oh, where's the UFO, man? Don't tell me it's a dot. What am I missing? I didn't see anything, did you? Well, if there's something there, it looks like a kind of light source, doesn't it? But anyway, I can't see anything. I'm not going to waste my time on that one. And what's this one? What in the Thor hammer is this? Looks so fake, whatever it was. Oh, it didn't go across the edge too well, did it? It didn't, sort of, some errors there. It seemed to miss a line there, didn't it? There's something not quite right there. That's certainly a slow moving rocket or missile. There we go, can you see the error? Yeah, so it was as absolutely fake. It was fabricated in 2018 by YouTuber and CG artist Alien Planets. There's the original. Alright, okay, back to the drone one. Here we go again. Some ufologists and hoax promoters think there's a connection with UFO sightings around volcanoes. This time they noticed something weird. and I don't know if he's got the full video or not. Would help. Get rid of that one. Alright. Let's have a look. YouTube, is this the one? Oh no, he's got a video on it. Let's have a look. Connection, UFO sightings. Hey, here we got Raven, is it? Okay. So we've got a circle around something speeding through the sky here. See, again, we don't know how close to the volcano it is. It's probably closer to the camera than it is the volcano. But drones can actually fly over lava though. We're seeing footage of that being done. But you wouldn't be flying it so close to splatting ash like that. To me it looks like it's on this tree line here. That's slightly out of range. Bush, see, it's not even making it to the edge of these trees here. It's a bit distance there. Okay, there's the white object. Does look like it's got little arms coming out the side here. What type of drone it is, I don't know. It could be one of those fast moving drones. There's speeder type ones. They still have cameras on them. You can see the arms on it. And it's on an angle where we'd expect it to be tilting when it's flying. That one's a bit hard to see, but we know it's closer to the camera. And it looks like it's going really fast and turning and stuff. Does look like one of those big recent ones, doesn't it? Let's see. Fastest drone. Commercial drone. Probably used by a film crew there, probably. 21. Each line racer 250. Yeah, hello on the side. Yeah, so it kind of looks like a white one. I wouldn't say it was that one. But it just looks like it's got a camera on the front there, doesn't it? It looks like it's part of it, so it's not debris. So the blackness is there. Blackness, it looks like a black front bit where the camera is. And the rest of it's white. I was hoping to get some pictures. Images. Here we go. Fastest consumer drone. Can record 4K. So that sounds just like what the newspapers would be using or whatever. Kind of looks more like this one here, though. Whoa, 280 kilometers per hour, that one. And yeah, it looks very clumsy, doesn't it? That one hasn't got enough black on it, but that one there kind of has black. Kind of looks like it's going to be something like that one there, isn't it? Yeah, so... But we never found out the answer. What's the maximum speed? 280 is pretty good, though. What is the fastest commercial drone? DJI Maverick 2 Pro. So what's the speed of it, though? Come on, give us an answer. Alright, it's going to take on a race car. Here we go. I wouldn't say 30 miles per hour is very fast. 35, no. Maverick, 45, but we just read 280 on those big ones. And it did 4K, they said. That's got to be old. That's got to be old information, surely. June 2021. I don't believe it. Okay, let's keep on looking. $2017 for race. Uh, 52. Where's the speed on that one? Where's the speed? 44. That's way slow. No. We just read 280 on one of them. 44 again. That's just crap. Okay. Let's try fastest drone. 280. Was it kilometers? Kilometers, wasn't it, per hour? So what's that? 200 miles per hour? At 200 miles per hour, here we go. When was that put up? Mind you, that's pretty small. Handheld size. $2019. Let's have a look at it anyway. Oh yeah, look at it, can flip it all around. Yeah, that's... No, it's got to be bigger than that. Of course, we got parallax probably is happening as well. But they're just standing around talking. What else we got? 2021 preview. Anyway, obviously they do exist. So let's keep on going with it. What's Scott going to say about it? Yeah, and we could see the arms on it. If you could zoom in and stabilize it like he did there. GUFON didn't do that. Third phase on the moon didn't do that. Because they knew as soon as they do that, gives it away. What's he saying here? There you go. Radio, Television Canada. So they'll be filming it. Alright, same logo on the video. I sent an email to the television company. And what did they say? I suppose this is where you investigate stuff, right? Doesn't take much. It's a drone. They don't want to say too much about it then. Okay, sold. So, it was their footage, and they said it was a drone. What else was there? Anything else here? No, so we covered that. And it's still trying to play, is it? Okay, it started playing by itself. Okay, we're finished with that one. Here we go for time. So here we got down the side here. Parametric area 13. Not area 51 then. Oh, right. You keep changing your name, eh? Hey, I didn't expect to see you around. I thought you're too busy working on your new position. So, yeah, where do we start? So, okay, so there's a TV series that's come out again for season 2. The proof is out there. And they've been putting up a new episode to start with the new season on UFOs. Now, this is the only one that they've shown so far that I'd say yes. This is from the 1950s, I think, of 2 objects flying past, which don't look like jets. Although it's pretty bad quality, it's hard to say. But back then there was less in the sky, like balloons, and LEDs weren't around then. They're sort of 1970s onwards, and they just got better and brighter and less power hungry. So that's one there. I agree with them. It's most likely 2 UFOs. But the other stuff, not so much. So I sent a tweet to the host. This is 100% a distant passenger jet. It aligned in a 3D from flight tracker software at the time by Mick West. Which is really strange, because this season they now got Mick West on as an expert. So I wonder how much money he's making out of that. But they didn't ask him about this one, which he had debunked, and which I had to as well looked at, and also had confirmed it as a distant plane. Why didn't you ask him on this one either? They didn't see it on short range plane radar because it's 100 kilometers away. So this one with the UFO leaving a contrail, it's just a distant passenger jet, so you can see the contrails expanding here. And next one. No, this UFO is just two heart-shaped, that was a typo, large Chinese lanterns. Why didn't you ask Mick? He knows this one too. It don't enter water, adjust the heat is not enough over the background, so the camera sensor doesn't see them. Both side by side, so it looks like one. So you might remember this one here from Puerto Rico. And I've talked about it probably 3 times now, because I have to keep repeating myself. Now this is where they break away. Is it after they come out the water? They claim it goes into the water, but actually they spin and then they eventually break apart. So yeah, I did full analysis on that here, and overlaid images. So I sent that again to the channel. Well, let's play it. I'm not sure why. Obviously there's a bug to do with embeds. But yeah, if you've been following me, live stream, what does it say? 389. And you can see me how I overlay the heart-shaped balloon over top of the images and see how it matches up. But anyway, I'll post that one to the side. What's going on here? A poll. I didn't know you could do polls on the side. I must have clicked on something there. So this is Puerto Rico. If I can spell it. Rico. And the famous thermal one from Coast Guard, was it? So it's still going around, still circling around as UFOs. Expert Mick West, Mick Millen, you know Mick Millen, he doesn't know anything about UFOs, come on. He's not analysis, but he's on there as a talking head on the show. A man that put up a heart balloon seen by pilots, which everybody keeps calling the Batman balloon, which it's not. And then they had Mark D'Antonio on there as well. He's obviously out of touch. We've lost his knack of debunking because he was terrible. All got it wrong. It's a damn doctorate video of a blowfly. You can see the legs, the wings beaten for F's sake, and legs. The radar was added from another video. So this one here, the so-called craft over Area 51. Again, I've talked about this so many times now. And you can see the wings of the blowfly here, even on the side here. Which again is in this video, which we know isn't going to play. Which is damn stupid. Now, if you look at the original video, apparently it said it was leaked footage. But I think what someone's done is got hold of the leaked footage of maybe a radar map of some object they were filming. that they couldn't identify, and then added in the fly over top. You can see the radar map doesn't match up. I don't know if I can get to it from here, can we? Does it open up? Oh yeah. So I did this back in 2017. Secure Team wasn't the first to bring it up. It was also off a DVD set called 2000 UFO. The best 2000 UFO videos or something like that. Combination. CDs. Let's have a look. That's probably it. Maybe, no. Is that music? I think it was called something like that. I got it on hard drive somewhere. I think mine copy was a VHS version though. It had like 2000 up in the corner on the original image, but yeah, just can't find it. Just skim it. So, alien being tested at Area 51. It's actually Nellis Air Force Base, I think it was. News article where he got it from. And you can see it's really low quality video. Oh, something flying around there, and there you can see it's landed on the lens and walking around. Alright. Is it possible that they're filming something and a fly landed on the lens and they didn't know what it was themselves because it's out of focus? See, here, the radar thing is meant to be distance, isn't it? I would have thought that would have been strictly underneath where the fly is here. So it looks like a fly there, right? So you can see the legs sort of spreading out on the glass as it's walking along. And then it jumps off and then lands again. And there you can see the wings, and you can see it walking this way. Now it's a lot clearer if you go and look at the original video, because I was just using secure teams here, which is a lot blurrier. So if you took that image of a blowfly, but you got to flip it around because it's standing on the lens, and then blur it out, you're going to get some sort of weird triangle shape like this here with the hole. And I'm surprised that Mick West said it was a bunch of balloons. But I can see how he could be mistaken by that. So a green fly is also another example. This will like got more of a shiny body on him. And green, but the same size as a blowfly. So here's one with a high quality, higher frame rate. You can see the wings flapping. Better than a VHS cam recorder. And just compare that movement to what you just saw there. So that's now just flying in front and zooming off. Here's another one, another fly. You can't see the wings on that one though, can you? It's beaten. Now if you add some out of focusness, rather than have it in focus, looks more like the original, that other footage. Even that, although this one is just too high quality, and this fly doesn't land on the lens, so I need to find an image of a fly landing. But there is portions in that video where you see that hovering and shooting off like that. And there's the other one, which also didn't land on the lens. So half the time it was landing on the lens. But if you have a look at the original video, which was posted in a comment here at one stage, probably up here in the description so it doesn't get deleted. Here we go. Original at 1 minute 8 minutes. You can clearly see it has leaks. Okay, let's click on that one. So there's that 2000 CD, right? 1995. Now it's Air Force Base, USA film. So if this is a top secret video, there's no way they would release it as a UFO, right? So it had to be leaked, as they claim, which probably was for disinformation. There it is here. So you can see this is meant to be radar bounce back. And you can see how far away it is on this image here. See, remember that bit where the fly is hovering and it shoots off? Well, there's an example of it there. And there. Characteristic of a fly. You can see it's VHS tape. So that's the full length video of it. And then, I'm not sure if they zoom in, but you can see now, if I zoom in, go back to 8 minutes, what is it? 8 minutes, something. Looks like it's crawling along, looks like a fly now. See that there? Looks less blurry. It's walking along the lens still. It's kind of rubbing its back legs there. Now it's got the sun, so it's out of sort of glaring. And then it jumped off the thing, flew a wee bit. But it's flying around at the moment. No way is that a bunch of balloons anyway. So yeah, apart from that, I don't know how you can explain it anyone any better that it's just a damn fly. So that's the best quality I've found. Original source of a fly. Not disinformation being UFO test at Nellis, of all places. Anyway. But yeah, I was a bit surprised that Mick West couldn't see that as a bug. And Mark Antonio, he couldn't see it as a bug either. You'd have to watch the episode. Okay, and we're back to where we left off last time, was it? Alright, here's another one they got wrong. Macmillan and Mark D'Antonio got this one wrong. It's 100% a large wedge type balloon, probably heated from inside, lead pack. And balloon like... they said the reason it couldn't be a balloon is when it dropped into the water, it faded instantly. This is not true. It wouldn't have lost its heat instantly. It's just that the layer of the surface water hides heat really well. And I've got a link here to a video which I have sort of shown in the past, but there's a few out there which shows what happens when you dunk your hand into water. And you can see the heat disappears. Okay? And that's using a full colour one, not just a black and white one. Yeah, where's he putting it in? There you go, look. Can't see the fingers, right? His hand's right under the water here. And that's using a modern day FLIR. And now you can start to see the outer edge here. Has he drawn that on? I don't know. I think he may have drawn it over top of it to show where the fingers are. So the idea that if a balloon went to the sea, it wouldn't lose its heat instantly is correct, but the water hides the heat very well. And this is probably why, if you were an alien craft flying around while you'd go into the sea, it's a good way to hide your heat signature. And plus you could go very deep and disappear quite quickly. Okay. So again, when you're listening to these guys, they're meant to be experts. They obviously haven't done any research like I have. And so yeah, you can see how dark the sea is compared to the balloon as well. That would merge in quite well once it hit the water. And they said that was a genuine UFO, which is bollocks. Okay. So, yeah, so much for the experts, so much for Mark being an expert. He said it couldn't be a balloon because it was moving along the surface. This just cobbles. What if you got a line here, a drag line with some weight on it, which wedding balloons tend to have, the water current would tow it along, and it will still be buoyant until the balloon started leaking too much, which is basically what happened eventually, I guess. And then the weight would just drag it straight under the sea currents, and if they were searching this area for fragments, right, they wouldn't find anything, because the sea current would have dragged it way off course, or taken it around deeper and deeper once the helium's popped, right? And didn't they say in the early footage of Corbell's that they did seem to have their own internal light, which again LED wedding balloons have, and they do go up to 40 inches, sometimes even bigger. I think we tried to find comparable sizes to what he was saying in the description, and we found it in that last video, which I'm not too sure if I posted it here or not. Doesn't look like it. Oh yes, I might have. Okay, let's have a look. Oh no, that's the sample video we're looking at. But you can find it. What was that one called? It was called Nimitz New Video or something. Nimitz. Or Tic Tac or something like that. Here we go. Nimitz. Nope. Is that the one? Looks like it's got some Nimitz on it. Corbell. What's this one? Corbell's leaked footage of a pyramid. Okay, that's the pyramid ones. Which we know is just a plane. Going through one of those triangle lenses. Let's try Corbell maybe. Okay. Corbell Tic Tac. There's the Batman balloon. So when you start looking at the rest of the balloon shape, which is in red, you can see here it forms more of a heart shape, even though it's slightly deflated. And there was a heart shape that didn't have such a deep thing. But when you look at my analysis side by side, you can see the images match completely with the shading where it's been glued and joined together. There's my first analysis on the Cordelia on that 2 fibling ones, but that's not what we're looking for. Corbell. I think I must have missed it. Google's just terrible at searching. So I'm using this here to search for keywords in my videos only and narrow it down, but you can see puts all sorts of other rubbish up which is not related to what we're looking for. New footage maybe. Eventually we'll find it. It couldn't have been that long ago though, could it? Well, new footage didn't come up. That's annoying. New. That's not new. Tic Tac, do we try that one? Tick. We've got a playlist here, maybe we should go into that playlist. Let's have a look. I would have put it in that, I would have thought. But let's have a look. Journey, fourth dimension. Security. Pentagon News. No. Quick catch up. Might be on that one. Man, we cover a lot of stuff. Okay, where was it? Looked like it had a picture of the balloon on it, that one. Chapters. Expedition X, thermal planes being colder. Explains video. Look over to secure videos. Bunch of model balloons. Dr. Greer. Let's see Corbell's one. Oh, I know I have done it. Finding it is a hard thing. Need the right keyword. I thought it was called new footage of UFO Navy or something. Let's see, I'll just skim through the last ones. Last check, see if I can find it. Was that the one? No, I don't think so. Richard Dolan. Rates alleged UFOs. Should have been after then. Perhaps Google has silently deleted it. Wouldn't be surprised. No, it's way after that. Why can't I see it? New Navy UFO. It might be in there, is it? Yeah, that's the one. Okay. Corbell. Reader hits. What's the other one? Oh, he was talking about Corbell's footage, wasn't he? Is that the one? Let's have a look. That's it, isn't it? Yeah. What did I say? Well, it does appear to be so. But what's the true speed that it's moving at? We don't know if that's the true speed or not. Have we got any timestamps on it? I think that was it. Remember, he stabilized it so it was always in the middle of the picture with the crosshairs. To talk about the crap. It was muted because of this, blah blah blah. Here's the full version, here's the shortened version. Well, maybe 6 minutes of pretty much the same boringness with it. So what was I looking up here? Stationary for a while was cut out. You know, you don't just simply cut out and just put up, this is the footage that we've got. So we're looking for the specs, weren't we? Minimum of 14 targets, right? Which sounds like wedding balloons. Minimum 6 feet. Solid mass. So we did do some calculations here, something we, on the size of balloons. I'm pretty sure, but what was 6 feet again? 72 inches. So I think we did find a 72-inch wedding balloon. I think the biggest ones you can get, which is comparable also to, there you go, they're massive. And you can get all those different colours here, look. The colour range is quite amazing. Oversized ball. So if you fill that up with helium, that's going to take off, isn't it? So I reckon that's what we were seeing, something like that in the video. But anyway, that's the idea to get to this one here. So I'll repost that one in case you still haven't watched it. Corbell's Navy footage, Navy ball UFO. Did that one come on the list? I don't remember seeing it. We didn't try new. Oh, we tried new, didn't we? Should have come up on the list. I can't remember what that bit was related to there. I think that was drones they're making into big spheres. They can go over water. They can fly. They can. They turn around inside of a geo something rather device inside, which makes the whole thing turn, and it's got these little spikes on the outside, which makes it act like a paddle. And they can fly these around the sand dunes and on the sea, and it just looks crazy. It kind of looks like a sea buoy, as they call them. Buoy, Americans. But, yeah, black. It would blend in with the sea quite easily, right? And you can just put any sensors and stuff and just move it closer and closer to battleships, and you can see how the other enemy would be operating. I think that was a DARPA one, this one. This is an American technology here with the sphere drone, or whatever you want to call it. And I think it had something pop out in the middle. And it could actually lift up as well in the air, just like in the video. I think that's what I put in that video. But go and check it out again. It actually was a drone that actually flew, could land in the sea, could actually tread water, and it could also go up beaches and land. So it was doing everything that the Navy pilots were seeing. But anyway, it's always good to go back and recap things, especially if it keeps coming up on TV shows like this one here. So that could easily be like that we just saw in the picture there. It could be one of these drones that can fly around, can land in water, and it can actually sink too, I think they said. They can pump out all the gas inside and it sinks, and they can actually drive it under the water as well. I think it's what it said. It was like some sort of DARPA crazy drone. And then they had a little cylinder of liquid helium. They could just blow out all the liquid again and then raise it out to sea and fly in the air again. So anything's possible, really. And third phase now. I know they got some new stuff up. Let's just reload that. Hey Dan, how's it going? We've had a few people drop in and out all day. They collect meteorite, and they certainly are not from Earth. Tektites, on the other hand, terrestrial, and I have some of them. It's caused by impact and asteroid, the Tektites, and they form these glassy little balls as it fly through the air. I've covered that in the past. I haven't seen Jasper, that new guy. Interested in Robin Hood, great show ball. Okay. You always say that though. Yeah, it's not too many people popping in and out. But then again, we don't know if the stats are correct, as you know. Yeah, so they're saying the Tektites are actually formed by a big impact that throws debris off Earth into the atmosphere and makes it into glass, pretty much. Although they might not be able to see where it sort of exploded or hit the ground for millions of years ago, they can see where these debris lands, and they can work out how big it was from that. Anyway, where do we begin with this lot? I know they've been putting up some crazy stuff again. How long we got? Not much. Okay, we'll just start it off and just go from there. Oh. Sounds so much like Star Trek. I think the older intro was better. Needs some sound now.
First, let's get to Italy with an
I bet they got background music that's going to ruin it.
amazing triangular-shaped craft in the sky. Check it out.
Now, haven't we seen this one before? I know they do circulate things and add the new one, add a new one in, but the rest of them are recycled. So yeah, you can see it's filmed the wrong way, and you can see there's a little black thing in the distance here, and you can see there's also white ones, which seem to have random patterns that look like balloons. So is that a hot air balloon with wedding balloons being released, or a black wedding balloon with white wedding balloons? And you can see how pixelated and blurry it is, so it fits in with a UFO video. And look how fast she's filming and doing a digital zoom, not a
Alright,
optical
this video has been making the rounds on the internet, and I'm glad to break it down with all you right here at Third Phase of Moon. Look at this strange, peculiar craft over the city of Italy. We've seen these types of UFOs in other countries like Colombia. We're looking at something that dazzles the eye. We see these other source of lights to the left and right of this object. Is this connected to whatever this craft is, just floating above the cityscape? Could these
so what's it look like? Kind of looks like either a hot air balloon or a solar triangle rubbish bag balloon, doesn't it? They said Italy, was it? So it could be either. I don't think it's anything to do with aliens, okay? Solar tube balloon. And it's a particular type of one. These are the tube ones. Here's one here. It looks like it's got a little payload on it. Kind of looks like that from a distance. There's another picture of it here. And if you look at the video with the white dots of being over LED balloons or whatever, they would be the size of that man there. So it's a fairly big balloon there. So is it that? Yeah, with the little white wedding balloons. Or could it be some sort of crazy hot air balloon with passengers underneath? Let's have a look. Black hot air balloon, Italy. Try that first. A choo-choo train. Oh, they're not black. And they're not black, but are they? Oh, they could be. I don't know. They just look black because they're far away. So it kind of looks more like a solar tube balloon, doesn't it? Probably some school project, you know, someone launched it. Might be able to find it on the web, but it'll be in Italian. So this is where knowing how to search in different languages would come in handy. Unless it's been reported into a local English newspaper. But these are typical balloons, not triangle shape. So I need to get rid of Italy and just put triangle. And it's coming up with all sorts of craziness. But still none that's fitting it so far as good as the first one. Apart from that one there. So if that was far away, would it look like a black one? Very possible. But maybe it is a black one, and that's just the only one we've found so far. Looks like it might have a different colour the other side. Looks like it's a darker colour the other side. Anything else? I think that's more the closest match we've got. Balloon triangle stock footage. Anyway, so we know both exist, so whatever it is, I don't know.
These bright orbs that are flanking this triangular shaped craft be a reflection in the window. I'm ruling that out due to the fact that when you see this person zoom in with the camera, you can see the orbs come into focus. So I'm ruling out reflection. Now the big question, what is this
it's not reflection.
Vehicle floating above the landscape there over the buildings? Is this some sort of strange meta propulsion craft? Or something maybe Italy has come up with their own design of its own flying capabilities. This seems like a pretty populated area. I'd love to see some more videos so we could go over this and gather more evidence. But this is a very good one just to start out in tonight's episode.
Alright, so they didn't have a clue. Why put it up as a UFO? You know, you can see it's not doing anything particularly interesting, like moving vertically at incredible speeds or disappearing. let's have a look at the next one.
Like I said, we have a ton of UFO videos, so let's get on with the next one. Roll it.
So they like to call them UFO videos. Surely they can pre-check themselves, right? Unless they're going to do a show saying, oh, we're going to look at videos together and see if we can break it down. And just spend the time like I do. But they don't do it. They just want to ram up all these videos and make money off them. Okay, so what's the first guts on that one? Could it be simply a reflection of a downlight, a ceiling light? So I just dimmed it and increased it. Could it be just a hole in the clouds where the sun's breaking through? And then got closed off again. I'll just keep it going. Is that the sun breaking through, guys?
All right, so this one really caught our eye. This was captured in Canada not too long ago, and we're seeing this huge luminescent light lighting up the whole skyline in Canada there. We see this orange orb just kind of oscillate with colors, pulsating light, and then it just kind of blinks out in an instant. Is this a starcraft that's shooting off into space at velocity and speed that we can't even comprehend? Or is this some sort of military exercise of flares that are being dropped in the clouds? Again, this light, the immensity of it is pretty huge. So I'm gonna rule out your typical military flares. What we're seeing here is a phenomenon that we see all over the world. It's a great capture that people on the ground in
I don't know about
Canada
you guys,
have
but I've actually seen the sun do that in New Zealand here. Where you got it's sort of a dark storm cloud and that sort of blocks it up and it sort of gets smaller and smaller and then suddenly it suddenly gets bright again and then dims again. I'm thinking that's something natural like that, but yeah, the other possibility is some sort of reflection, but we'd have to put it through some processing to see if we can see any other glass reflections here. And there could be other spots here. It looks like it could be reflections, so it could even be on a glass plate. Right.
Good stuff. Now, let's get to the next video.
Yeah, I won't bother because it's so stupid. Here we go. Aliens. Aliens or what? Male, female. Yeah, if you say so. Exciting dot in the sky. I think all dot videos should be banned because you just not enough information on them. Too far away. Could be a drone, could be a balloon. We have a balloon going up. They go up at 11 miles per hour apparently. Very slowly. So it could be that. Alright, okay, start to lose focus on it. Because it's a dot in the sky, it's very hard for the sensor to keep seeing it sometimes if it's not reflecting enough light. So is it going to shoot off crazily or what? He's moving the camera around crazily. Still looks like a weather balloon from a distance.
Okay, we're gonna pull up this and get a little bit more enhancement of whatever this flying object is. Some people might say that these are indeed flares being dropped from the sky, but then again, we don't see any sort of movement. It stays rather stationary in
now
the
we
sky.
start to see some detail. Let's zoom in. Now we start to see they've got some red on them, which would be flares. Can't see much smoke, but let's just keep playing it.
It just kind of hovers there. It doesn't really reflect any kind of drone that I'm familiar with.
Okay, so it's 3 of them flickering.
Blue, green, or red light.
So that this definitely looks like flares, doesn't it? Slowly coming down in parachutes.
That are somewhat associated with commercial drones. It's unique. It's definitely a UFO. We're still wondering what it is. Now, let's get to this interesting UFO that just came into third phase of moon. Check it out.
You keep saying interesting, all of them been boring so far.
Y'all, it's real UFO.
Dots, dots in the sky. So what do you reckon these ones are going to be, guys? We've got house lights there. Got a big lens flare. Sounds like he's filming behind a window here too.
Oh my god.
So
Something's making contact with
you.
I hear the fighter jets.
Listen.
Afterburners. Again, it looks like flares, doesn't it? It's kind of flickering.
Go get them. Go get
So
them now.
So if he heard jets, and these look very much like parachuted flares again, I say it'd be military size.
Porter! Porter! Get your ass up now. Bro! Markel, tell him. Porter, this is once in a lifetime. You gotta see this with your own eyes.
Look like they're coming down slowly to me.
Going up by itself, but look, those two are still there.
Lens flare.
Yeah, this kid keep going up. As they going up and flying towards us.
So there's those two house lights showing up on the screen. That proves it's legit footage. If we didn't see those lens flare, I'd be very worried.
Tell me you can see that. I know you can see that.
We got so many UFOs coming in today, we're just gonna have to blitz by them. But this one was captured just a couple days ago, and there was really this excitement with the people that were on the ground. They really couldn't hold their tongue. They were...
Okay, because you see the height's probably dropped by a millimeter there. That would be signs of parachuted flares.
Pretty much throwing the F-bombs out left and right. And you know what? Sometimes I don't blame them. When you're filming something you don't...
Okay, so to rule out flares, how do we know? If you film for more than 5 minutes, they're still lit, the same ones, you can rule out them being flares. But it doesn't rule out them being LED balloons again, which is new junk in the sky.
And you see something for the first time, hey, sometimes you're going to let the colorful language loose. I'm going to try and edit out some of them just to get it out there and let the people not be...
Okay, what we got in the side chat here? Let me just sort it out. I don't think... Google, like your emojis for some reason. What are they? I can't quite make them out. There's one B1 and one B2. Blake Cousins 1 and Blake Cousins 2. I don't know. What is it? Pizza? What the hell is it meant to be? Got me beat. Anyway, back to the silly video.
He's so offended by the language, but what did these guys capture in the sky? You see these kind of two lights, starlights. They kind of have this strange cross-like reflection that's just hovering in the sky, and then he got adjacent orbs following this thing. I wish they got out of the house so they could get a better look and not shoot it through their screen. It seemed like they had enough time to really take that effort, but still, they did get the shot, so good on them. Getting the UFO...
Yeah, so you said they're filming through a fly screen? That would explain why it's got this shape happening. Because it's going through a little tiny hole and it causes a bleeding effect to happen.
Information out to us on a daily basis. Really good stuff. Now, let's go to the lunar surface where we've been seeing anomalies captured by amateur astronomers from around the world. This one's a good one. The Hidden Underbelly 2.0 gathered this for us.
Another fraud channel.
Just a couple hours ago, I woke up and I'm like, this one needs to go out on today's feed on Third Phase of Moon. So let's check it out. Roll this one.
Alright, so you can see here they're filming through a wire mesh. See at the ring in there?
Go out on today's feed on Third Phase of Moon. So let's check it out.
There you go, you can see it's through a wire mesh fly screen.
Roll this one.
Yeah, so obviously filmed through atmospherics here. It's got a shake. You get the shivering effect as it's going through hot and cold layers in the atmosphere and bending the light. I'd say it's on a tripod. Yeah, so you get little black dots fly across the moon. Generally it's something closer to the camera, like bats. Okay, there we go, look. So it's sort of lit downwards and upwards, downwards and upwards, which is equivalent to a bat flying or a bird.
Okay, we're going to do a little slow motion on this and kind of just gather our thoughts. What is this? We see two dark orbs, spherical shaped in its sense, and they're just traversing either in the high stratosphere or maybe even closer to the moon. Is this something that's hidden from us? These new type of devices, these satellites that are maybe secret space force or even... May I say otherworldly
They haven't zoomed
craft.
in at all though,
This
have
doesn't
they?
look like your typical satellite that's floating across the sky. You have 2 points, and it's kind of doing this observing maneuver through the sky. Maybe observing.
It looks like it's flapping
itself.
wings to me.
This is a good one. The telescope's huge, so we're seeing
especially
a good
there.
push up on the moon itself. And if
You
this
see,
was an object closer to our atmosphere, it'd be blurred out. You basically
something natural and
wouldn't see it.
it's right size to be a bat's. Probably way closer to the camera than you expect to see. Probably 1,000 feet away from the camera, probably.
So I'm leaning towards this being either very deep into space or right there next to the lunar surface itself. And if that's the case, this
He's wrong. What else they
Hidden
got?
Underbelly, go check him out. He's
Oh no, we just did this one at the beginning of the show.
He's rocking it on you.
So that crap comes from the underbelly, did it? We already debunked that one as clouds covering a high-rise and trees.
We've been getting the UFO information out. But what do we have here? Is this, people might say, HARP technology or maybe Project Bluebeam? We see this cube-like shaped structure in the clouds
They took a
itself,
lot of
kind
crap,
of behind
didn't they?
it. And we're seeing this supercell storm is kicking off lightning, and this person who managed to capture it on film really did an incredible job. He didn't see this cue ball. He was
Yeah,
shooting
couldn't have got it any
We're gonna
worse. That's one of the worst footages I've seen for a long
in
time.
also and get some brightness and contrast to really make this thing show itself. We're seeing this square-like box hidden in the clouds. Again, this thing, if it's a craft, it's huge. I would say probably maybe about a quarter mile in length. It's massive, and to be just tucked there, this geometric shape.
Come on, guys. You know it's a damn cloud covering a high rise and you're seeing the top of it. Come on, let's just keep on moving.
That would help.
I've spent 40 minutes on that in the beginning anyway, if you want to go and watch it. Okay, what have we got? This volcano drone. I think we saw that last time, did we? I know, this is another one, I think. And again, that looks like it's running right close to it. It could well be. For a news channel, again. Who, if the drone of $2,000 got burnt up, they probably wouldn't. They probably wouldn't care because they're probably filming it and wirelessly back to the van.
Volcanic activity happening around the world. Hawaii, the Big Island, just had its volcano activated again after a year of it being kind of silent. Now we got La Palma lighting up, and we're seeing strange orbs that are basically flanking this volcanic activity.
This one is a lot worse quality to be able to see what it is compared to that last one we looked at. But I think I saw a flashing light on it.
We have seen orbs that are mysterious. Could this be a drone? That's a possibility. We have been seeing drones, amateur hobbyists fly their drones into
It's a bit hard to tell because it's so low
volcanoes
quality.
themselves just to get the shot. And sometimes it's well worth losing a drone to capture something that you can't get that close to. So maybe what we're looking at here is a novice flyer trying to get the best look. But then again, we don't know what it is. And we have seen orbs, energy lights, plasma.
I think you can actually just find a drone floating over lava. So it could be something from this drone here. Flow by lava. What can we use though? Global news. So there you go. Look, they're filming stuff near volcanoes. Iceland. Flight into Iceland volcano part 2. Joshua 2. Now let's just have a quick look at that one. There you go. So people do fly over lava flows, but not normally exploded volcanoes. They normally keep their distance. So you didn't go right over that one. But you got to remember, you're taking a chance here because they can then explode. And that's your drone going. Yeah, he's a fair distance up here, but still, if that exploded with a, you know, chunk of rock coming out, it's going to put your drone in question. But so this goes to show they can get a fair distance close to these things and fly pretty low to lava flows. Is he going to go down? Here you go, look. That's pretty low down. So yeah, you know, they do fly drones around volcanoes.
Around the caldera itself. This caldera is not small. It's a massive mountain, the volcano itself. The volcanic structure is something to behold when you're there in person, when you're seeing it.
I think that one there's a helicopter though.
Check it out on the inside, and it does this reverse look, and it goes, I'm
so it looks like they're landing some scientists to do a quick
going
check.
in. This one's, again, I wrap my mind around this. I'm thinking this indeed isn't a drone. It's too big, and it's just going around the caldera itself. This caldera is not small. It's a massive mountain.
Let's look at one of the
volcano
others.
itself.
It's optical illusion. Looks like it came around here and then went behind.
The volcanic structure is something to behold when you're there in person. When you're
So they could have landed anywhere behind that volcano there. So maybe they dropped off a parcel with sensors on it. Who knows?
seeing it on TV, it doesn't give it justice. To walk up this thing and to get that close to the caldera, it would take you. It would take hours to climb just to get to the peak of that thing, and to see whatever this light is, this a luminescent orb that has its own characteristics. It flight.
I'm just trying to work out what the other one
wants to go into
was.
the caldera of the volcano itself. I suggest if you're in aims across scoping the volcanic activity, this orbs of light.
So what's that there? I think it's just a standard still frame.
Floating over the night sky during activity when.
Okay, so that looks like someone's taking a photograph, and that's the rolling shutter effect you get when you get a lightning flash. That's what it kind of looks like, while they're moving the camera at the same time with the hand, so it's on an angle. So they're just mixing lots of stuff here.
Information. They want to keep it close, and they're not.
Alright, so we've been through that now. Hey, we got some more people joining us. Here we got, who we got? Gravitational Time Vortex. Watching from Sandia National Laboratory, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Office of Science Research. Thermal Test Complex. Thank you. Yes. So, yeah. You got to remember, scientists are studying these things all the time because they want to learn to predict when they're going to erupt, of course. But as you know, it's the poison gases you got to watch out for. Not so much the heat. Molten rock is like 1400 C, I think it is. Molten rock. Was it going to tell us the temperature? Temp. There we go. Magna between 700 and 1300 Celsius. I wasn't too far off. And Americans 1200 to 2400 Fahrenheit. It's about time they went metric over in America. So how close could you get the drone to that before you melted it? So yeah, there'd be like a chart distance away as the temperature dropped off due to air, and also the current air temperature and moisture in the air. All those other factors you have to take into account. I wonder if this got anything. How close? Drone. Well, obviously we've seen flyovers, so how high would you say that was? At least a couple 100 feet. Drones. And if you're flying, you're creating also sucking down air with your propellers, which is kind of cooling off the drone anyway. And you're moving quite fast along. As we looked up before, the speeds of drones vary like 44 miles per hour to really fast ones which get up to over 200 miles per hour. So that would give it a lot of cooling effect. How close drone can get. Let's see if it even has answered that. Drones sacrifice for. There you go. So, like news channels can afford to lose a $2,000 drone, can't they? How close can you get to lava? Here we go. Before it kills us. 200 to 400 meters above the flow. So that would give us an idea for the drone, I think, because drone electronics likes to run at room temperatures, right? Anyway, sure people out there know because they've done it and they know exactly. What else? What were we looking up? That was it, wasn't it? Okay, what was the next one? Just skim it. So we've got to wrap up in a minute. 3 hours. Oh dear. Okay, you got to remember it's now Chinese festive celebrations with lanterns. You're going to see a lot of sky lantern videos come out now. And this tells me this is part of the Chinese lanterns. But we'll see.
All right, let's watch this again. This is a really good capture. We're seeing a fleet of lights. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Even there's an adjacent one to the left. It's very curious.
You can see blinking going on, which is just a flame.
It's this trifecta shaped, people might even say a TR-3B. Is this what we're looking at? Notice as it just hovers in the night sky silently. Very curious.
So anything that's a triangle is suddenly a TR-3B to these guys.
And then we're getting this cool close-up of it, and
any three lights in the sky are always going to form a triangle, right?
Look at this. These are not flares. It's creating a vector shape pattern in the night sky. Very cool capture. I like that the eyewitness, the people on the ground, they didn't know what it was. You even hear a little girl talking. That adds to the authenticity and the...
Yeah, what country was it? Does it say at all? The media won't show this. Maybe because it's boring. I don't know. What are you saying down here? He's obsessed with UFOs. Is that me or who else are you talking about? Well, you're talking about Blake. Yeah, he is obsessed with TR-3Bs. UFOs are real. Yes, we know that. Some are property we own, and some are Offworld. Yes, we don't deny that. But YouTube channels put up all sorts of garbage, and 99.9% of them are going to be explainable. It's the other little small percentage that we need to find, but I don't think it's going to be on video. But we leave the 0.01% just in case, so we do.
Legitimacy of this video.
So I reckon these are Chinese lanterns. I'm not sure about you guys.
I like the way the lights just kind of flicker and hover, unlike anything you would see in a drone. You don't see any red or...
normally they release them one by one, and they sort of will go up with the air current on an angle. These ones could have been released by other people, and it sort of forms the other sort of shape to it.
Green lights attached to any of these orbs. They seem to be almost otherworldly.
Of course, now they're also using LED lanterns, so that makes it even a bit more trickier.
Way through the clouds.
And they can even make them flicker, so they look like candles as well.
Check it out.
Let's see if we can find those ones. There is actually flickering candle LEDs. We want to make it look more authentic. You name it, you probably can get it. There you go. Mad Scientist Shop. Let's see what that comes up with. Okay. LEDs with a Benton candle flicker chip. And you can make it any colour you want. So just beware of all this sort of stuff, guys. And you're going to see more and more of it. Yeah, so we're looking at a plane with a contrail, are we? Is that the one we saw the other day?
This one has me scratch my head. What is this? This
No, it could be a kite.
serpent-like craft leaving a wisp of smoke, a trail like behind the path of this dark orb.
It's a bit too bad to see what's going on. Still could be a jet and the contrails breaking up.
Is it one of ours?
Could be an octopus kite, you know.
Now we got a good contrast to this picture right here, and you can see that this thing's connected. I wonder how long this object is. I'm going to estimate maybe about 7.
I mean, that's a passenger jet, pretty long distance away. And you can see them with your eyes up to 100 kilometers, like with contrails. So with a camera, you know, you're going to see a bit better.
Of this strange, unidentified craft, you can almost see the...
It's probably a plane that's coming up from the airport, and there's a slow fog cloud here over the city. Looks like something else there.
back end of the tail, kind of even get it.
Yeah, let's just skim on.
You see a helicopter hover over cities and doing spotlights. You don't see this red hueish glow, these headlights piercing through the shadows, the mist in the sky. The bottom light does reflect something you would see in your typical aviation of a helicopter shooting down, trying to look for suspects, but this one seems a little tighter, the beam. And this is pretty low. I don't see any wind kicking off of any.
Okay, I've got a feeling this might be nighttime skydivers. See, we've got a big smoke trail coming off here. 2 lit flares, and one of them's got one of those big lumen torches. Maybe just create a spooky effect in the sky over a stadium. Looks like some sort of alien craft coming down. And the 2 red eyes, you know, kind of look like something from War of the Worlds, probably. What do you reckon on that one? Ken. Oh no, I got a troll. So, just gotta get rid of him. Sorry guys. You can suck that. Okay, deleted. So unfortunately we get people like that. Jimmy Christmas. Yeah, so again, got to remember it's Chinese festive season at the moment.
Anything. The person that shot this said this thing was silent. What is this? I want to hear your opinions in the chat room. You could even see this thing's casting a reflection, a lens flare off whatever this thing is in the sky, this strange oscillating vehicle. Again, I don't see any spotlight or even any rotor blades. Look how this object is kind of moving.
So it could be one of those fire balloons, right? And it's just lit up a couple of flares on it there. I guess it's definitely smoke drifting away. And it's got a searchlight coming down. So yeah, it could be a Ferris event, you know, a fairground. to simulate like a War of the Worlds thing. Could be skydivers still coming down.
The sky around it, you could
if they're coming down slowly on parachutes.
almost see that the clouds, the fog almost envelop this craft. If this was a propelled vehicle, you would see this fog-like nature just disappeared. It would be wiped away from the craft itself. Whatever's keeping this up in the sky is a big question. Now, let's get to this next one. This was shot.
And cool, so they cut it, so you don't see where it disappears to, where it comes down. And this was a red flag, that is something human-made, right? Okay, next
Fire
one.
friend over there in the UK, he captures UFOs all the time, and he said, you need to share this. Coming in from the JB.
Okay, that reminds me of the Chinese rocket launch or something similar. There was another Vandenberg launch something as well, didn't they? And it was seen over UK.
07. He's got a good eye over there and really captures unique craft. Now check this out.
Whoa! Look at him shift now. Cool, he's put it on hyperdrive, hasn't he? Look at him go now. Go on, my friend.
A rocket launch would go fairly fast though, wouldn't it?
My God. What a performance again tonight. And it's the, was it, second today, isn't it? It's over there on the woods. Well, this is what I really like. See where they just appeared once they got near it? No, it just turned up, look. See, now look, if you look in this, they're just sitting there, look, they're just sitting there hovering. Look, they're hardly moving, look.
Is it?
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, that sort of changes it a bit. It hasn't got the contrail, rocket contrail. So we can rule out the rocket launches that people have been seeing. Looks like it's got some cloud cover there, because it's smudgy around the outsides. Looks like just drones flying around to me, but just keep on looking.
You got to follow them. Look at the speed. They sort of go into hyperdrive. No, jets don't do that. They won't be doing it just in one area like that. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, not doing anything that I wouldn't think a drone can't do.
The other one's just sitting right above the house.
Oh, here we go. What's that below here now?
He's decided to go up.
RC kites, maybe?
One's going down. This is beautiful.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Look how slow it's going upwards though. It's typical of a fan-driven object. If that was a UFO, you'd think, boom, it just shoot up and stop there.
Beautiful. Yeah, that is, isn't it? Look at that go up. Look, I've got him here. I'm watching, filming him. Now his paint tells me he's coming this, he's going right.
Probably turned out to be like a club that's flying around some RC things. Again, that's where you need to do an investigation, boot on the ground, see what's in the area. Anything else here?
And I can't see our military spending a lot of money on craft.
Has
like
it got
that.
a regular blinking? Like fans are cutting the light. Could be the fans cutting the light. If you get a blink every 1 second, you know it's a commercial plane. Or if AA lights on a drone.
Now this was from the archives, and I want to reintroduce this to you again. Do you remember this
You can see the wind.
disc-like craft flying in the sky? Look at the unique ways this thing moves. The wet dark.
Okay, the tree's definitely closer. Is out of focus?
Back, left, and right. Not like your conventional drone. You don't see disc-like drones too much unless it's modified, maybe created to create a hoax. But again, where the
Quite windy there.
blades? Look how it dips behind the tree and kind of
I don't know, guys. I think that one might be a drone as
just
well.
hovers atop the treetops there. Very curious sighting, to say the least.
Slowing down.
This craft, it's hard to recognize any details upon itself. You don't see any mechanics. You really.
Okay, that one looks like it might have 4 holes in it for. Now we've got a double image. We'll just see if we can get it on. Why does it keep getting a double image? That's weird. Bad camera conversion. Which is not going to help us. Double image all the time. Could it be CGI? Where's it gone to? Oh, there. That's a wee bit suspect to me. That double image stuff. That's the trees double image. Oh, what's that on? There's a double image. Can't see any details on it though. What the hell? Oh, let's just grab that one with a double image and just run it through some filters. I'm not too sure about this one. I think the trees have got double image going on. I think it's been converted badly. "60 frames per second cut down to 30 or something. Done wrong." Yeah, that's what it looks like. So why is it black and white? Was it so crap? You know, that looks like it's fairly close. You should be able to zoom right in on it and see detail, right? Anyway, I gotta get going. Oh, 5:30, definitely gotta get going. And used to as well, guys. I think everyone is going anyway, aren't they? Okay. Is it like a cookie cutter effect here? The brightness doesn't seem to do much, does it? How about colour swap? Two ranges. Okay, let's have a look. could be a drone. I don't know, it seems to be some strangeness going on. Block and a block. Okay. It's got some hemispherics. Just shows you how much filtering brings out. Can't be a balloon. Not moving against all the air currents. Looks like there's something happening on the edges here. A round drone. Does it have like camera holes there? Looks like it's circular holes. Now let's see what we can find. Doesn't look too big to me.
But then you know it's there. You see it go behind the trees.
I always get this double image.
And it just traverses smoothly with almost stealth-like capability.
Yeah, let's see. Cushion. That's not cushion. Cushion. Shaped. Let's see. Yeah, they're cushions, alright, but that's not what we're after. Oh, okay, drones. What we call it, tablets maybe, or pill-shaped tablet. Okay. That's interesting. Little blades on the end. Foldable sphere. It did have black holes going around the rim of it, but looks at black holes. Kind of like that. It's got white holes. It's just the inverse. Don't remember seeing the blades out there though. Okay, okay, here's a round one. Would we be able to see through something like that? Let's have a look. Maybe I should grab another image. This one's not going to be so easy, I don't think. Could still be clever CGI. They purposely fly around trees to be clever, you know, to see how good they are. Okay. Let's see what we pick out on this one. Using the same filters as last time. Could that be a cage? Cage. And we're seeing like the blades in the middle here. And we've got the little black holes around the outside too. Okay. Okay, there's something definitely more in the middle. You know, it could be a cage, you know, it's got sort of lines going through it. It's very dark, so you can't really tell too much. Yeah, see, it kind of looks like a cage effect there, doesn't it? We've got vertical and horizontal blending, and we talked about pixel level here. Could be a cage around. Okay, so back to that. Could it be this? Or something similar. There seems to have too much black going around. So yeah, I don't know. Something close to this probably. It's got the right shape. What's that one? Patent drone. A bird. So there's another one. Different insides. Don't think it's that one though. Got that patent one again. There's the other one. Look at that one. That one's a sphere. So, could it be a sphere? Possible or not? Does it look sphere on the video?
These.
Or does it look more cushioned?
This reminds me of the craft that we see in Colombia. These look like something that's not one of ours. Something otherworldly, you could say. This craft dances around with unique capabilities, as people say when they see these craft, these vehicles, they create motion and move without rhyme. They kind of just dance around.
So is it a flat cushion shape, or is it a sphere?
With its own intelligence in mind. I'm ruling out CGI on this one. Whatever we're seeing is in-house in the camera. Now the big question, what is it? Now here's another one that just came
is it a sphere?
in that we're going to be looking
It's a bit hard to tell.
It's very interesting. Let's take.
So we're going to be a squashed down sphere. Well, it's going to be a sphere like that. That definitely has black bits. Let's see, shape drone. Looks like it might be in a wireframe. Circular. Don't know what to call it. I suppose you could say cage. But anyway, was it not working? Let's try cage then. Did it change? Didn't seem to change anything. But that one there, but the orange one was better. The white one. Drawing cage, just try that. Here we go. And that's too thin of a cage, I think. Although when we looked at it, which one was it now? Does it sort of like have? It's not really a perfect circle, is it? Looks like it might be made of bits, little bits get around, just like a cage, right? I reckon that's a drone in the cage, something like this here. What's that? A cube within a sphere. Again, it sort of makes you wonder what the pilot saw when you start to see that. That's obviously some sort of drone experiment there. And so is that one. So again, could the pilots have just seen something crazy like that pass them? And not seen anything crazy like that before. Now, there's a big cage. Possibilities. We have to get one to play with one day. Look at that. At least if it crashed into a post or something, you know, it would probably save it. So there's a flatter one, you see. And you probably wouldn't worry if you bunched into a tree, right? Now I'm going to call that one a drone inside a cage. And it's just not clear enough. Okay, moving on. Yes, I've got to wrap up. This one looks stupid.
It's amazing, Blake. Moving super fast. Share this link with your friends, everybody, and tell them Third Phase of Moon just captured something amazing via people around the world. Thanks to the Traveler for sharing this. The original link will be below. Take a look at it. Now, let's get to this.
All these are old repeats, balloons and whatnot. So I'm just going to wrap it up there now, I think. Just recycling old crap because I haven't got enough content anymore. And Antarctica was the year before. Where's that one disappeared to? Oh, there. Is it Antarctica? Linda Moulton Hill. Let's just do a quick skim of that one. Is that Linda Moulton Hill?
Let's just go down the rabbit hole here for a second.
It was completely daylight.
Volcano here. Is it possible that a civilization lives within the
Hollow Earth again. Okay, so let's wrap it up there for this time. I think we're sort of pretty much caught up, aren't we, on most things? If not, it'll be another day for it. And I'll probably need to save that. So I say good night, guys, if you're still there. You got 2 watching, it says, but I'm not sure how accurate that is. I'll just type in a good night. See you again in the future. And trolls, don't waste your time. And good night. Take care on the roads. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If not, scroll back and watch what you missed. Might just save that drone in a cage one for a thumbnail, I guess. My nose is looking up. And boy, I need a drink. Because once you got a blocked nose, you breathe more through your mouth while you're talking as well. Anyway guys, hitting the end button.